Hi, my name is Ravi Costa. I will be turning 48 next month, and I work as an advertising copywriter. When I first told my friends that I was going to do yoga, there were a lot of suggestions about where to go and what to do, but then I was kind of adamant about trying Ashtanga. And of course, a lot of the guys just feel like, oh, Ashtanga is just kind of any kind of yoga, which is just a room full of women, And a lot of the women that I know who do yoga, when they heard Ashtanga, they were like, whoa, that's a really tough, serious thing you're trying to attempt. Maybe you just go and join a studio at a gym and then start, But there was some stuff that I read about Ashtanga and I wanted to try it out, and I've been practicing now for 5 months, and one of the amazing surprises that I got out of it was that it wasn't as demanding as everyone said it would be. You actually start off slowly. The pace is basically suited to how you are, even if you're not flexible, just like me. I'm like the most unflexible guy in the world. But the pace of it is taking in consideration your limitations and slowly improving it over time. So the big surprise for Ashtanga was that it wasn't like that scary yoga practice that everybody was trying to portray, One of the things that I do as a serious hobby is that I go hiking. I do long distance hiking. I walk for 2-3 months in the mountains. And the reasons why I do it is that because it clears everything out of my body. It clears my mental baggage, my emotional baggage, and of course the physical baggage. You lose a lot of weight. And I've noticed that I get the same feeling from my hiking, from my daily Ashtanga morning practice. It really clears everything out of my system. It's a very meditative practice. And just like hiking, which is a walking meditation, Ashtanga as well is a movement kind of meditation that really sets the tone for my day, and I can actually move forward during my day and apply the same principles I've learned in Ashtanga to all my relationships with my friends, my co-workers, and even my work. The same dedication I put on the mat, I can actually practice outside the mat. And it's really kind of changed the way I look at things. It's maybe more aware, right? Obviously, as a guy, if you walk into a studio and you see, practitioners practicing on the mat, most of them are women. The women outnumber men. It can be intimidating because everyone's touching their toes, doing their postures perfectly. You see on Instagram, everyone looks amazing. But Ashtanga is beyond just the postures or the asanas. There's something more to learning and struggling through the practice, because you learn so much more about yourself. And then there's lessons you learn every day from it. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that there's no shortcuts, but everything will happen in time.
Hi, my name is Perlin. I am a professional dentist. Now you can guess how old I am if I tell you I've been practicing for 20 years. Now, what I want to say about Ashtanga Yoga is that I was looking for something that can help me in terms of my posture, because after 20 years of looking down people's mouths like this, you find that I get stiff neck and stiff shoulders. So I got introduced to Ashtanga Yoga through a good friend of mine. She has been a practitioner for more than 10 years. She said I should join this and it would help me. So I have no expectation. I come in, I joined the practice. Like I said, I wasn't very active for a long time and I was quite stiff and I couldn't do much. But I think what the practice brings to me is that it is a dedication. It teaches me to be patient with myself and to be really honest with what I can do and what I can't do, and just really work with my limitation and just slowly and day by day I improve. And I think that part of the practice is what surprises me, because apart from the physical side of getting fitter, and I actually managed to lose some kilograms and I'm quite happy about that, and also it helps me with my posture. But I think the biggest surprise for me is that it actually improves on my focus at work. I find that I can get through difficult situations. Say, for example, I have a difficult case at work, and I used to be quite stressed out about it. But then again, once I started practice, it just that the calmness that brings into me, and I find that I can handle all situations very easily. So I think a lot of people think that yoga is only for women. A lot of women do come to the class, but for me, it is very personal. I find that it is not, you shouldn't put a gender bias into it. I know men are generally less flexible than women, but this Ashtanga practice, it is more than just being flexible. It is something that you enter into a state of mind, and when you practice, you go into the zone and you find peacefulness and calmness and joy when you practice, and it's more than the physical side of it.
Ashtanga Yoga, I've been doing it for like more than a year. Daily practicing, I'm talking about daily practicing. So previously, what I understand about Ashtanga is, I know it's a bunch of poses, asana, but I didn't think that there is so much more to it. So besides primary series, there are also second series which I'm doing now. It's so challenging physically, honestly. So it's not easy even for me with some kind of Ashtanga Yoga practice background. What I have been doing for the past year has changed me physically. So I can see myself getting fitter, and then I stopped doing other things. Previously I also do some weight training. Now I'm not doing that anymore because I don't see the necessity of doing it already. Apart from that, it also helps in my work. I deal with a lot of difficult people in my work. So this practice also helped me to understand myself better. Besides that, helping me to deal with all these difficult people calmly without losing my temper.
So give it a try. You'll find out that there's more to you than you ever imagined.
I think something that you should try.
I would strongly recommend this to a lot of men outside. So if you think, because normally when you step into the class of yoga, you will see a bunch of women doing a lot of flexible movement. So I urge you to come and try. Ashtanga Yoga is not like what you've seen in those regular class of yoga. It's very challenging. It's not just about flexibility, it's so much more to it. Thank you.